Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Sunday Wire. I'm Patrick Henningsen, your host. Let me welcome onto the stage our teammates from Alternate Current Radio, host of the Boiler Room, Hesher, also known by some as Bryan McClain, is joining us on the live stream right now. Hesher, great to have you with us. Quite an outrageous week right before Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. We weren't able to do Boiler Room on Friday night like we normally do, so we did it last night. And Ruckus very kindly put together the show notes for me. Thank goodness, because I was just bookmarking everything throughout the week, and it was just this awful pile of links to do with geopolitics, national events, tech bro news, even like some weird pandemic industrial complex news. It is just complete madness right now, and we spent a significant amount of time discussing the MAGA infighting, the fracturization of the large mass of people that voted for Trump on the second time here. And man, it was crazy. It was like a 4-hour thing, and there's just so much going on this week. So we even carved off all the geopolitical stuff out of that show, and it was still 4 hours long, but we did that because we knew we'd get to talk to you about this stuff today. So thanks for having us.
Yeah, I like your background there. I see you've gone with the theme there. I mean, a little more glamorous than on Trump's anyway, a little more glamorous than what I've done. But Hegseth looks like some sort of a German S&M club or something like that, and underground club in Berlin or something. A little bit quite appropriate for him. I see you rocking the tattoos. That was my interpretation of this. So it's a little bit. You see the cross of Jerusalem there. We've managed to get Hegseth's tattoos in there as well. Let me bring Ruckus on here. I mean, it's just a clown show, folks. It's the clown world has just gone from bad to worse, and it's kind of like getting dangerous as well. Piracy is now sort of like openly being done and touted by the U.S. I'm not very comfortable with that. No more comfortable than bombing Iraq and everything else. I mean, Trump's just descended into a kind of a nightmare, actually. But they're festooning around and really proud of what they're doing, which is the thing that is quite incredible. Ruckus, how you doing?
Very well. I'm glad you appreciate the graphics. They're getting harder and harder to do, believe it or not. As the technology increases and you're able to do cool stuff, they're starting to limit who you can do the cool stuff with. Now, every single AI that I use, I can't make Donald Trump into a pirate. I can still make Donald Trump into a lot of other things, but it's getting smart, and it knows the zeitgeist. It knows that there's probably hundreds of thousands of users asking right now to make Donald Trump into a pirate, and the AI won't do it. Not even Grok. Grok won't even make Donald Trump into a pirate. So
no, it's true. It's true.
One.
Basically, if I showed you the base image, I tried to see what Grok would do, but it was like ridiculous. Made him look like some kind of a supermodel, Johnny Depp version, whatever. And I'm like, no. And so I just take it into Photoshop and do my magic. So
yeah, very nicely done. You can hardly tell, Patrick. I had no idea that was Photoshopped. I thought that was real. Good job.
I inserted the tattoo. That's not Pete Hegseth's chest.
Now, interestingly enough, the Pete Hegseth, the Pirate Pete that I made for Hesher's image there, was made using AI. It did allow me to take Pete Hegseth's actual image and dress him up like a pirate. I even got to choose the costume for him. So I'm glad you like that one.
Yeah, he does. He looks like sort of...
That one, so the secret sauce on that, for anyone who wants to mess with this, that one's through a Google program called Whisk, which is running another program behind it called Nano Banana. I hope you can keep track with all that stuff. But yeah, Nano Banana is the AI model that allows you to take actual photographs of real people, places, and then make subtle differences without changing anything else. And the name of the model is called Nano Banana. But me and Hesher were just on an off-air call with one of our tech-savvy friends who was discussing these tech people were talking about something called Banana Grande. So the people behind the scenes have access to something far more powerful than what is already blowing people's minds. Just this little tiny nano banana. They've got the whole banana, Patrick. So
They may do,
what does
but
that mean?
they may do, but I still think I can produce better, more ironic and wrong, completely wrong and politically incorrect images better than AI. I still think I can. It's meant to look wonky because that's part of the charm of it. But you see how subtle blending of Trump's hair with the orange dreadlocks. You see, there's sort of touches you can't do with AI.
Yeah, my favorite is his neck. I really like Trump's neck on that one.
He's got a real turkey gobbler, and the those are the sort of like the goatee Johnny Depp things hanging down there. You know, Jack Sparrow sort of thing. I didn't do the eyeliner. I didn't have time to do the eyeliner, but that would sort of be a bit more runway on that. Could do the eyeliner.
You just do JD Vance, and it comes with the eyeliner included.
It's automatically in there. So, look, we got 2 daily shooter events. One in the U.S., one in Australia. The Australia one is mental.
Mental.
Mental. But I want to get you guys comment on the piracy. What are your thoughts on this? Your reactions, you guys.
Gunboat Diplomacy Reloaded. It's a great title right there. I mean, what can you say, man? Our country is just, and it's not like this is unprecedented, right? Remember when the whole Russiagate thing started, the country was going around and confiscating billionaire Russian super yachts and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, America has demonstrated over the last few years that, you know, we're just going to do whatever we want, I guess. And if there is a geopolitical propaganda campaign or some war profiteering that is, you know, contingent on a propaganda narrative, that's fine. You know, they'll just use that narrative, prop it up, and then go take whatever they want, blow up whoever they want. I mean, you know, some might think, oh, we've escalated, and yeah, I guess we kind of have, but I mean, it's really kind of the same program, just at a high escalation in my estimation. I mean, you talked about Libya, Syria, all these other places, and I think those places are kind of like, for many Americans and Westerners, it's like, well, that's just sort of this place that, you know, I don't really understand, and I don't think it affects me, but I hope that governments and militaries are doing the right thing there. Like, I think that's the attitude of a lot of people. Of course, you've got the people that want to see it turn to glass, and but that's a pretty small number probably compared to most that are just kind of like, I don't really get it. And I don't blame them for not getting it, because what we get from the mass media cartel is basically just gnarly propaganda for years and years and years about the Middle East, the whole thing. So, you know, at this point, it's just like, yeah, nothing has changed except everything has changed. Nothing except the methods and the rate at which, you know, these things are happening are just becoming more and more transparent. Like you were saying last week, at least they used to, you know, give us cool stories, cool story, bro, to go with their invasions and transgressions. But now it's just like, oh, you got to trust us. Something bad was going to happen. Something bad is happening. And then we've done something, you know, extreme.
Yeah, I know. Ruckus, your thoughts?
I slightly disagree in a way. I'm actually very shocked by this maneuvering. This is seriously unprecedented. There's been a lot of things that have been happening that are like, yeah, it's hard to explain, or you got to really shake somebody up and explain history to them. But this is so beyond in your face. What the F are we doing? What does this have to do with anything? They never even said, oh, we did this because it was carrying drugs. They just literally we're making jokes about them acting like pirates, but that's literally what the United States of America just did. We're not at war with this country. And even if we were, these are not the types of things that we do during war. We don't go capture their oil tankers. We go fight their soldiers, and their soldiers fight us, right? Isn't that what war is? Or am I confused here? I thought maybe I didn't get the memo. It's shocking that they did it. It's also even more disturbing, the response, because you get couched within the Trump personality, Did you see him talking about it? He was so nonchalant. He's like, so he just seized the largest tanker ever seized. They're proud that they just see this is the largest tanker that's ever been illegally stolen from another country, and we're proud of that because we're a bunch of illegal criminals. Go America! I'm just shocked, and nobody else is like saying or doing hardly a damn thing about it. You know what I mean? Not even the press. I don't even see the press pushing back against this. This is so bizarre.
Yeah, there's a few Republicans that have woken up, a couple of Democrats, but Democrats are completely in favor, most of them, of this because they're just neoliberals and they somehow, I don't know, they're dialed into the profit. But here's the clip again. I showed it in the first segment. It's worth looking again. And just if you guys pay attention to how tired and haggard Trump looks and sounds.
Fortunate what happened. I mean, I know exactly what happened.
Hold on for a moment.
Got it started a little bit, but we'll see if we can put it out.
We're interested in the seizure of this tanker. What happens to the oil on that ship?
Well, we keep it, I guess.
Where does it go? What port does it go to?
Well, you have to follow the tanker. You know, you're a good newsman. Just follow the tanker.
Do you know where
Follow
it was going?
follow it. Get a helicopter and follow the tanker.
Is it true he's going to
But we're gonna. I assume we're gonna keep the oil.
Who's going to get the oil? Don Jr., Howard Lutnick, Jared, Steve. Who's going to get the oil? Who's going to take it? Just take it. Yeah, just take it. But who gets it? The tanker. That's a couple million in cash. Whoever gets to offload that off the books, by the way, off the books.
And he acts like he hadn't thought about it before, or his advisors hadn't mentioned it. Like, you know, oh, I assume we keep it. You know, it's what? Like, could you imagine like doing something like this? Like, say you're the Department of War guy or whatever, and you're set this up. Okay, we're gonna send special ops in there. We're gonna send these guys in there. We're gonna helicopter land on it. You know, it's gonna look like something out of a movie. And we're gonna get it, okay? And then what? Like the Americans are like, well, what do we do once we get it? No one asked that question, or no one brought it up to the president. You know, like there's no plan for it. We're just, you know, vaporizing boats and taking boats, and I mean, you know,
on what basis? He said, oh, because they're sanctioned. Well, if you're sanctioned, it means you can still like trade and sell your products. You just can't do it with countries that have accepted to be on board with the U.S. sanctions their allies, the program. So that Venezuela is within their right to sell it to whoever they want, and all the U.S. can do legally is, you know, sanction the country that's accepting Venezuelan oil. Well, Cuba's already under sanctions, so they're trying to strangle Cuba. So this is Rubio and the cartels, basically. They want to turn Cuba into a drug haven and a whorehouse, because that's what it was before Castro basically did the revolution. It was the mafia, the U.S. mafia, the Italian mafia, the Jewish mafia, the Bugsy Siegels of the world, all the big mobsters. Cuba was their offshore base of operations, basically. That's where they would go to meet U.S. politicians and have real conversations about how to make things that are illegal legal. That's Havana. That's what it was. And it all came to a screeching halt in 1953. And oh no, they've been under sanctions for like almost 80 years or 75 years, Cuba. And how's that going? Has that been effective in like regime change in Cuba? 75 years, guys. Maybe you should try another tact. Oh no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I promised my great grandparents we're gonna do it. So, anyway, this one is a beauty. This one is an absolute beauty. Yeah. 3 Americans killed in ISIS attack in Syria. ISIS is back. I thought they were gone. Remember when Trump said he defeated ISIS in his first term? Remember that? And Trump's vowing to retaliate. So they've reactivated ISIS. The U.S. and Israel have rebooted ISIS. And now they're sort of going deep on this. Managed to kill a couple of U.S. soldiers. Oh, the outrage. Oh, we have to occupy Syria now. You see how this works, guys?
It was a lone ISIS attacker, I believe, too. They did the lone gunman thing.
I know. It was in Palmyra. I was there. I was there in 2017 after the Russians kicked ISIS's ass and the Syrian army kicked their ass and they were gone. Sent them running over the hills. But somehow they're back. Isn't that amazing? The U.S. just didn't manage to sound out. How unfortunate. So Israel's occupying southern Syria and ISIS suddenly appears on the scene in Syria. I mean, honestly, it's a joke. People are just stupid. I mean,
Patrick, did I hear something about Russian military moving back into Syria or going back into the region also?
they never left. They have two bases in a naval base in Tartus, and then they have the air base, Al Hamini Air Base, which they had while Assad was there. They still hold it, even with the Al Qaeda government. They still hold it, and so Russia's not interested in giving up their port, in the Med, and they have a type of implicit agreement with the regime in Damascus that open relations, and they'll keep communications open. But I think, Damascus doesn't want to feel the wrath of the Russians. If they decide to try to attack those Russian bases, there will be retaliation. And nobody in the international community is going to care if Russia, flattens a couple of columns of HTS terrorist soldiers. So it's a standoff, but U.S. want them out. Israel probably wants Russia out, and Russia doesn't want to leave. So they're going to do whatever's in their interest, which is what great powers do. And they just adapt. Russia's very adaptable, very adaptable. So, guys, let's get to this, the daily shooter aspect of this. This is quite incredible, this story. As they go, let's get into that. Okay, so there's one in America, which was Brown University. You guys probably saw this. I don't know if you have any. We'll start with the American one. This is Providence, Rhode Island. I think this might have been an actual shooting, but I don't know if you guys had time to look at this one or not. Hesher.
Yeah, I looked at it like right after it happened last night or last evening, and I didn't really feel like I had enough information. I did notice a couple of like places where it looked like crucial information was being held back, and I don't know. There was a Sun Chronicle reporter that was the first to report that SWAT police were hunting a suspect, and last I heard, they hadn't even gotten the suspect. So I don't know if there's updates on that one or not. I found that one to be lacking enough information at the point when I saw it. I think because it was still kind of breaking. They still had people in lockdown. They still had people in what's their new slogan they give the kids these days? Run, hide, fight. I think they had that kind of thing going on. And there was conflicting reports about the shooter, and if was it one, was it two? So it was kind of in that place where I just looked at it and said, okay, here's a big event, and looks like we're going to need to look at it. So I don't have a whole lot to say on the Brown one, other than I found the initial reporting to be just beg a lot more questions.
Yeah, it could be a daily shooter, but there's a few things missing that makes me think maybe it might not be. There wasn't sort of a caricature produced, a lone gunman and a manifesto. Like, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And so it's like, went into, who knows what it was, shooting in a classroom, shooter flees, dressed in all black. Could be a legitimate nutcase, an actual shooter. Because the story... Yeah, go ahead, Ruckus.
I was going to say, I did catch wind of one Only one piece of information has come out of this that raised an eyebrow, and I don't know, is this conspiracy candy for the conspiracy theorists? But it would appear that two, not just one, but two of the victims of this most recent shooting at Brown University have also survived two other school shootings. Which is very interesting. And it gets even more interesting as you read through it. But we have one Mia Tretta, who was shot in the abdomen in 2019 at a school near Los Angeles, and Zoe Weissman, who witnessed a Florida shooting in 2018. And they quoted one of these people, Weissman, who says something about, what was the line? They said, the one thing that gives me, they were angry that this has to happen to somebody like me twice. And it was the Weissman character. I don't have the line in front of me. But yeah, I find that very, very coincidental. I mean, we've been tracking the daily shooters for a while, Hesher. What are if you break down the mathematical odds here, what are the odds that multiple survivors from multiple shootings are in the same place, yet again surviving yet another shooting? Is it just happening that frequently, or is this a red flag? Is this fake? What is this? What do you guys think?
Well, I couldn't tell you, but if you say Florida in 2018, that means Parkland, and Parkland is super sus. So if we have that, and that's it does appear to be pretty real of a report, then I gotta crumple this one up and throw it in the waste bin, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, you just blown away my skepticism that this wasn't a daily shooter, Ruckus. You've just basically brought me back into drag me into that rabbit
Guardian
hole
on this one. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I just thought I'd bring that to your attention because I knew you'd find it interesting.
I mean, put that. So she Parkland.
Oh, I dropped you the link too.
Yeah, put that up on screen. That Guardian article. Let me take a
middle for you. There you go.
I mean, look at her. She's kind of a bit of a ghoulish character there. Survivor of the 2019 Saugus High School shooting in Santa Clara, California. Saugus High School. I've never heard of Saugus High School.
I don't remember that one.
I've never heard of such a. Oh, Santa Clarita. Okay, not Santa Clara.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard of that high school in the Bay Area, but Santa Clarita. Wow, as luck would have it. I mean, what are the odds of lightning striking twice, guys? Can we get an insurance actuary on the program? Zoe Weissman witnessed so it's 2018. So, okay, we're talking about two. That's Mia Tretta. Zoe Weissman was. So if you Google Zoe Weissman and Parkland and see if anything comes up, do they say what the shooting is?
There it is.
Parkland. Oh my God, it's Parkland. Oh my gosh.
She was 12 years old when she witnessed a shooting at the high school adjacent to her middle school in Parkland, Florida.
So she wasn't in high school. So she wasn't in David Hogg's year. Okay. But
so it's like they injected her and that narrative into this story because she wasn't shot. She didn't survive, air quotes here, the way the other person was shot. Mia Tretta was shot in a previous shooting.
7 years ago. So that means she would be 19 years old now at Brown. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, that is, wow. Bad luck. It's just bad luck. It's just bad luck, guys. It's like who is that one woman who's at all the mass shooting and bombing events, that Boston bombing, and she just pops up there to give a piece to camera. I forgot her name.
Sometimes she wears glasses. Sometimes she's got salt and pepper hair. Sometimes she's got black hair. But she's at like 6 or 7 or a dozen of these things.
She has an IMDb page or something, right? No,
I think she did have an IMDb page when we really dug in.
Yeah. But that's just, don't even entertain the fact that any of that means anything. That would make you a tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theorist.
Right. Well, here's a quick update on at least what they're telling us the narrative is. 2 people were killed and 9 injured in an attack that forced students into an all-night lockdown. So the poor people that went to that school stuck all night in lockdown factor. The suspect was taken into custody at a hotel about 20 miles from the campus. Federal agents detained a suspect in connection with the deadly shooting at Brown University after officers tracked him to a hotel. 20 miles from the campus. FBI director said in a social media post on Sunday, local officials at a news conference declined to provide much information about the investigation, including details about the person in custody. So basically, yeah, I was kind of right there. It's like we don't know much yet. We don't know a whole lot, but
Was he dancing? Was he dancing when they apprehended him?
maybe they realized that we've got fatigue for this like Lee Harvey Oswald style lone wolf character. Like we've seen so many of these guys. We were looking at Thomas Crooks last night, or Tyler Robinson. See, I can't even keep them straight. We were looking at Tyler Robinson last night, and it's just like it's almost a like a cutout or a repeatable character. Just this sort of early 20s, mid 20s, like sort of gaunt looking, like not very threatening or imposing, but sure looks like that quiet guy next door that might have done something weird,
Yeah, he kind of kept himself to himself.
Yeah.
What was he like? Well, he kind of
Yeah.
kept himself to himself. He was a loner, and he seemed like a nice guy. He's like,
yeah. Maybe they realized they were going to roll out another one of those, and people have so much fatigue on this. They're like, yeah, we shouldn't let Kash Patel come up here and talk about Valhalla and his FBI jacket this time. We'll just keep it a little quieter.
Operation Valhalla. I mean, the Butler, Pennsylvania shooter. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That guy. I can't even see that guy handling a firearm.
No, the DC pipe bomber suspect they're giving us right now too.
Oh.
Same thing.
Have they produced one?
Yeah.
They celebrating is a big win for the FBI.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
an autistic brony.
Literally an autistic brony.
That's
With
a male adult,
impediments.
an adult who's into My Little Pony.
Yeah, and obviously they make the best bomb manufacturers, of course. Autistic, mentally impaired individuals. Yeah, absolutely. I can totally. It's completely believable. Now, this one, guys, this is a classic right here. This is a classic. This is Bondi Beach, high profile. Australia does daily shooters as good as anybody. They're pioneers. The Tasmania shooter is legendary. That rolled out full gun ban across the country afterwards. I mean, that was just a beautiful daily shooter theatrical performance there. Now, this one, at least 11 people killed in terror attack at Jewish event. So a Hanukkah beach event. Obviously, it's summertime in Australia, so the Christmas is sunny and hot, unlike ours. So I know that might sound weird, Hanukkah event on the beach, but it is Australia. And so three shooters, 29 people hospitalized, including 2 police officers, 11 dead, we're told. Okay. Have you guys had time to look at this yet? I mean, let's look at the footage. The footage is, okay, what we have here, and I'm going to use the Jewish Jerusalem Post just so everybody is clear. We have a Muslim man tackling one of the gunmen and disarming him while getting shot twice. Okay. And so a mass shooter, 3 shooters hitting a Jewish event. I think it's 3 shooters. And one of them was disarmed by a Muslim bystander. His name was Ahmed Al-Ahmad. And we'll look at the Jerusalem Post's coverage on this. Let me switch over to the video mode on the sharing here. But this is some footage here, guys. I mean, this is like for mass shooting. This is like greatest hits.
This is crazy footage. And before we watch it, I just want to point out when I watched it the first time, it took me, I had to scroll it back to realize that there were at least 2 people that were the original aggressors, because the camera kind of pulls back for a minute while one of them retreats, and then it moves to the bridge. And I was wondering, is that the same person? Did he sprint to the bridge? But it wasn't. There's actually 2. And if you read the articles, potentially a 3rd person in these black T-shirts with the long rifles.
Yeah, and they were taking cover, firing. I mean, this is serious. So let me see if we've got this in frame. Okay, Jerusalem Post, right? Watch, Australian Muslim bystander disarms, tackles Bondi Beach shooter. And so this is pretty, I mean, it's kind of a war zone type thing going on here. I mean, this is beyond chaotic and hectic. Let's see if we can get the stream going on this, but it's go for about a minute and a bit and just watch it. So you'll see the disarming first, and then you have these other guys firing. I think this is when the bystander Ahmed was hit twice from one of the other shooters. It looked like it was a clean disarm. I don't know. He might have got shot while tackling this guy, but you guys can sort of do the analysis on this. Let's watch, see if we can watch this.
Oh! Oh mon gros! Oh! Mais il va se faire tirer dessus. Il est trop con le mec qui a l'arme. Le mec est hyper courageux. Oh.
So that is that on the bridge there, Hesher. That's another gunman, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Une deuxième arme.
He's the second one we saw.
I mean, look at that. They're taking cover and then return. You know.
Yeah, this
firing.
guy's been in gunfights before.
Yeah. So I think he was hit there under the tree. He's been hit twice. One in the arm.
Where he
and
backs off right here.
Yeah. The guy, but wasn't the guy who disarmed him? There's another guy with him.
Yeah.
Mec, c'est un attentat, frère. Hey,
Now look behind. Look behind. Is that somebody coming to?
Ouais.
That's got to be a third participant or the guy that backed off from the original rifle disarming.
Yeah, because the guy in the bridge shooting at the guy behind the tree there. You see?
Yeah, but nobody that's not involved is going to just walk up next to that guy.
Yeah, so he
It's a
came up
BBC photographer. No,
he looked like he had a handgun. The guy hiding behind the tree. So the third gunman's taking shots at him. I mean, these guys are not messing around. They're ready. They're throwing down. They're ready for full on taking on whoever.
Yeah,
this is insane. I mean, this is. I've never seen anything like this for like a mass shooting captured like that.
No, this is sort of a novel occurrence right here where we get to see this much of what's gone on. You know, and Ahmed, he did a great job disarming that guy, but he, you know, if you're in that situation like he is, you find yourself in a very compromising position because there's a mass shooting going on. There are unknown amounts of men with guns heading that direction. You can hear the sirens all coming in, and you've just taken the firearm from a mass shooter and are now holding it. And there's chaos, and nobody really knows who's who. And you know, he then look, you see right here, he tries to hold the guy at gunpoint. He thinks, I got this, you know, okay, I did it. I just got to hold this guy at gunpoint. But look at him. And notice he's got a bum bag or some kind of gear bag hanging off his waist there. There could be a pistol in there. There could be a grenade in there. You have no idea. And this guy, he's not a murderer. This Ahmed guy, he's like, I don't want to murder this guy. He's like, I think I stopped the shooting. But then look, he starts backing up. And then the guy on the bridge appears and continues the shooting. So this might be one of those situations where if this is a Gladio style op or something like that, I'm just wargaming here, spitballing, but the other two shooters had to come out and protect the patsy, the guy that was, you know, looking like the only aggressor. Like that could have been an attempt to do like a lone wolf style narrative, but then the lone wolf got his weapon taken away and pointed at him, and the other two, the backup guys, had to come out and, you know, have an actual gunfight. And when that guy, when the first dude is walking away that got disarmed, and Ahmed is holding the rifle on him. You can tell everybody's like, okay, they don't know that there's other shooters there. And then all of a sudden this guy pops up and he starts, doing, whack-a-mole pop-ups over by the bridge there. And I think we can't see this part, but I assume that Ahmed, if it was him or the other guy that was with him, picked the rifle up that he had leaned against the tree. He leaned the rifle against the tree because he knew he could get mistaken for the shooter and get shot by the cops. Like, he was trying to be smart, I think, and trying to, he's not a murderer. He thought he could hold the guy at gunpoint with his own rifle, but the dude backed up and his team came in to save his ass. And then you hear the shots while the camera's following, the original shooter toward the bridge. I think that's when he started shooting at these guys behind the tree. And then one of them picked that guy's rifle up and started firing back. So, I mean, this is a crazy gunfight between that these guys were not expecting. These guys were expecting to go there and kill a bunch of people, clearly. For what purpose is another conversation. I think we probably have a good idea about that. But they were not expecting this to happen and to have to get in a serious gunfight with somebody.
Yeah. So that guy, the guy he disarmed, look at him. He's just kind of like casually, he knows he's not in any danger. He knows that guy who disarmed not going to shoot him. But he's just, and the other guy's throwing a rock at him or something.
Yeah.
I love that. It's just like throwing like a brick or a rock or something. I mean, jeez, man, this is just crazy. So this has become like the national emergency. Candles are already out in Australia. It's like, oh my God, it's the Holocaust. So they're really going for it with this, but it didn't go to plan. It was very messy. So I haven't checked to see if they've apprehended all these 3 gunmen or not. I mean, if they haven't, that thing going as long as it did, if the police weren't able to react in a major sort of public park, whatever, and they haven't nailed all this down, I would be shocked. And that would be
Bondi Beach. That's like one of the biggest, most popular beaches in the area, right? I mean,
yeah.
Why would there
in the world?
Why would there not be police on site, or at least like we have here, beach cops and stuff like that?
I don't know. I have to check the updates on this Australian story, guys, and see. But I mean, have they apprehended the suspects yet, or are they still at large? I mean, what is this?
According to the New York Times, as of today at 1:28 Eastern time, live updates: 11 killed as gunmen target Hanukkah festival in Sydney. Australian officials called the shooting on Bondi Beach a terrorist attack targeting Jewish people. One suspect was killed and another was in custody, investigators said. A bystander disarmed one of the gunmen. So looks like they got one and one is dead. I wonder who shot the dead one. Was it one of these guys behind the tree or was it a cop? It's unclear to me how that happened.
And they found IEDs in one of the cars. So I mean, this is a Gladio event, but I think it had a particular political purpose, and it's worked. They're locking down Australia. It's all synagogues need to have full National Guard protection. Who knows how far they're going to take it, but it's this and others. It just something about them doesn't really add up, and we've seen this time and time again. So yeah, second gunman in custody, right? So it'll be interesting to see what's the net result of that when he's interrogated. Who knows? Is he autistic as well? I don't know. These guys look like they could handle, at least the ones on the bridge look like they can handle a firearm.
Yeah, that guy knows how to tie his shoes and put his pants on without a problem.
Yeah, the guy that got disarmed, I'm not sure about the guy that got disarmed.
He might have been patsy material.
Yeah.
The way they label in these events and report on them, like we were just discussing a shooting, and it was a shooting at Brown University, and then you immediately go to this one, it's not a shooting in the headline, it's a terror event.
Yes.
And then hold on a second, we don't even know much about, how can they determine? That would have to mean, doesn't that mean that it has to be a terrorist group and that we have to know all of these things in order to label it a terror event? Or does it just automatically get that label because of the Jewish thing?
Probably, yeah. If you're attacking Jews, it's automatically a terror event. Yeah, it's just automatic. I mean, check. Let's go on to 4chan, 8chan. There's probably a manifesto waiting for us up there somewhere. Planted by you know who. Oh, let's not get into that. Okay.
Let me put something on the screen real quick here, Patrick. I'm gonna just hit that button. Notice this is a map of Bondi Beach, and
Okay.
the red dot is where the gunman came out. Right, that's where the shooting was happening. The white dot is the celebration. I mean, yeah, they're close, but it's a giant park. It's not like the park was closed for everybody that wanted to be there. You know what
Yeah, it's
so it's like
public. It's open.
So how can they say that it was like, is there some evidence to back up the fact that this was, an event that was against the Hanukkah celebration? Or is this just like a convenient way to say we had a shooting and it must have been that?
Well, yeah, I think that's a good question, Hesher. And I would also ask how many of the victims are actually Jewish and how many were other Australians who were in the park having picnics, because it looks like one of those types of parks by the beach where people have barbecues and picnics and stuff like that. But they made it is all about the Jewish angle. Is specifically this is how it's blown up in the global media and of course all across Australia. Anthony Albanese is doing candlelight vigils today. So yes, never again. Hashtag here we are. Yeah, that's the first question that came to my mind, Hesher, is are they jumping the gun on the narrative here? And but it's something about this just is not right. And Australia is a daily shooter venue country officially. So they're on the daily shooter sort of world tour top venues.
Oh yeah, the gun grabbing ghouls out there, they hold Australia in high regard in this topic because of the Port Arthur massacre, yet another Gladio style event that happened on 1996 that ended Australians' ability to defend themselves with firearms. That pretty much was the end of their ability to carry guns in Australia back there in 96. One event, I mean, think about all the events we've had here, going all the way back to wherever you want to start. And it's like, wow, they did that with one event. They were like, nope, no more guns for you guys.
Right. Let's see what the crowd is saying here. Is Netanyahu making a public announcement saying that he didn't do it? That's the first one it went to. Excellent. Jilla Abram, 8202. Amazing. Thank you very much. Oh, here we go. The Aussie government did a first gun grab after Port Arthur, then violent crime rose 30% after that. Go figure. Well, thank you for that statistic. Gardner Goldsmith.
Yeah.
Well done.
True.
Well done. Oof. Here we go. Yes. Candace Owens said they are planning a false flag. Remember, that will age well. Yep, she did. She did. What did she say it was going to be in Australia? I'm not sure about that. But yep, Mossad has a thing to do. They have many things to do. Are their phones free of silverware and spotless? What does that mean? Can someone translate that? Am I missing something? Is that cryptic?
Maybe autocorrect got in there.
Could
I'm
be.
not sure.
Yeah.
Silverware.
Their
I'm not
homes.
sure.
Their homes free of silverware and spot homes. I think.
Oh, okay. I know what he means. Like, when they go into Summit, they do the orgy of evidence thing, and they go into a suspected shooter's home and whatever. One of these recent ones, I believe it was Tyler Robinson or one of the other ones. They go into the house and they do like the show off, and there's nothing normal in there. There's like it looks like a model home, like no one had lived in it. Like you open drawers and they're empty. There's totally spotless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a property that's just been used for staging, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the. Do you remember the New Orleans terror attack when the Tesla blew up that same weekend?
Mm-hmm.
And they went to that guy's place, and it's just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. I think that's the one.
This looks like a setup. Yeah. They're setting a narrative. What ends up being the truth doesn't matter. Yep. You sure about that? Good thing Australia has extremely strict gun laws. Keeps everybody safe.
Yeah, how'd that work out for those 11 people that didn't do so well that day?
That's right.
What if all
Yeah.
of them had a rifle strapped to their back or a Glock in their pocket? Would it have been different? 11
Yeah.
against 3?
Yeah, and again, we're just reading off the comments here. I thought this at World's End. Wait for that gigantic enforced menorah. So yes, Sydney Bridge will be lit up like with candles for Hanukkah. I mean, they'll be counting down. Yeah, you better believe it. This is how it goes. That is the expected reaction, and it usually happens. What don't the oceans curve around? What are we doing flat Earth here? You guys, stop it. Absolutely stop it. Watch them try to frame Ahmed, the hero.
I've had that thought too. That could and still could go badly for him, considering the laws there.
Yes, he was lurking around as a Muslim, a Jewish barbecue, which is, of course, going to be viewed as suspect. Oh, here we go. Here we go. They get the ethno-nationalists weighing in here. Massive multicultural park. There isn't a more multicultural place on earth. Yeah, you better believe it.
Right? That's why I'm saying, like, you can't just tell everybody that these people did this because of this thing happening there. It's a freaking park. You'll find hacky sack people hanging out there. You'll find skateboard people hanging out there. You'll find, moms and dads and kids hanging out there and people on surfboards. It's not all people celebrating Hanukkah.
Hesher,
right.
What would Megyn Kelly say? She would say, obviously, the shooters were there because of the Jewish people, because
Of course
the authorities said so.
She would just read the bullet list that Kash App Patel sent her.
Yeah. Operation Valhalla, page 4. There, it's right there. It says so on the page. Says so on the page. Wasn't Charlie Kirk's murder Operation Gladio as well? It was a type of a Gladio event, but I think it was actually that was a very scripted political stunt for many different functions. Charlie Kirk's event fulfilled many different functions. That was, to me, a very significant political event.
It was a turning point of sorts.
Yes, that's right. That's right, Ruckus. Irresistible pun intended. It's summer there currently. Yeah, that's right. That's because, oh yes, Photon, thank you for pointing out it is summer in Australia. This is true. But what you're saying there is also going to create ire with the flat earth crowd. See, I've rattled the cage, guys. Watch the comments flood in. Watch the comments flood in. And are they investigating any involvement of Iran and Hezbollah? LOL. Yep.
Clearly, they are. They will.
Yeah,
The
it'll
one
be
guy on the
interesting.
bridge looked a little bit Hamasish to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's certainly there could have been a Lebanese picnic nearby in the same park. That's possible. What weapons did they have? Look like shotguns and assault rifles. I think it looked like type of one of them AR type model or that type of a semi-automatic. What did you think on the bridge?
Yeah, semi-automatic long rifle. I wasn't able to really get a good enough picture to try to take a guess at it. Like, kind of looked like maybe a FAL size or something like that. Maybe something that's throwing 308 or 7.62 by 39, something like that. I don't think it was an AR-15, but it would certainly look similar at the sort of resolution that we had. But hard to say. And the audio wasn't great either, so it's hard for me to guess. But I'm guessing something like an FAL with 308 in it.
Yep, of course. I heard Maduro was behind it for the suntan oil. Bondi Beach. I reckon it's a good time for a beer. Yep.
Really long tunnels.
Yeah. Harpo terror. Maduro was behind it. Yep. It's the Lebanese community that will cop it. Yep. Narco terror. Okay. Let me see. Here we go. Yep. If there's so you're arguing about gravity. The flat earthers are just completely beside themselves on this. Okay, guys. Question: what legislation do they want to introduce off the back of this shooting?
I
How
love
about
the question.
speech control? How about cracking down on anti-Semitic speech on social media? How about that?
Clearly,
It's-
going to the park is not safe, and you should probably just stay indoors. Yes.
Yeah, they clearly don't need to make any further firearm legislation. So, in my estimation, it would be like Patrick alluded to, more clamping down on your freedoms, whether they be speech or expression or whatever. And I don't know, maybe they'll take your single shot hunting shotguns away from you next if they have any other agenda items as it goes with firearms. They might, but I think they completed all that back in the 90s. So
Is there something they can do to increase the surveillance in the park to make it safer for people? Something like that?
Yes, we need to spend more money on cameras,
facial
and
recognition cameras,
more
Shot
surveillance, more
spotters?
You guys are way
drones?
ahead. You get a job in government. You guys are good.
Thank you.
Here's the 100 million shekel question. Did he say Ali Akbar or Allah Akbar, whichever the case may be? I think Ali Akbar was he ran the stop the steal campaign, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ali Akbar. It was what was the other name he went by? Ali, can't remember. Who, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, I totally remember. He
Sammy
was,
Davis Jr.
Yep.
type dude. Yeah.
Yep.
Hang out with
shady Fed connections, if I recall.
hanging out with the Proud Boys. I forgot his name. Ali Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander. There you go.
Otherwise known as Ali Akbar. I think you mean Allah Akbar. Turning point indeed. Okay. Yeah, I think.
And is the question in reference to the guy that disarmed him, or is it in reference to the black shirted shooters? Because you would think they would be the ones that had been scripted to say that if this had gone the way, maybe it had been intended to go and didn't get disrupted.
Yep. And here we go. Cameron says Ahmed guilty by association. So yeah, it's automatically some.
That's probably why he put the rifle down. Number one, not a killer, and number two, like, I don't want to get shot for holding this thing. I'm going to be the first. Like, Ahmed, come on, dude.
Gonna put that down there.
You thought his
What if
work was
Ahmed
done,
is-
and then bullets started raining in, and that was crazy.
Maybe Ahmed is actually a UK citizen. He's just visiting Australia, and he knew, oh crap, somebody's going to catch me on film holding this rifle, and as soon as I get home, I'm going to go to jail. Which is what happened to a UK visitor out here in America who shot a rifle on a private property and posted a picture of it on his social media and got in big hot water over that. So shocking.
Okay, here's a clue. Arson, a human rights lawyer, was at the October 7th event, came to Bondi 2 weeks ago. Source tells the Daily Mail. Oh my gosh. You didn't need to tell us that. Now I'm very suspect about this. Yeah, guns
Great.
at the beach.
Bondi looks a lot like Bondi. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can like disassociate the pronunciations there.
Yeah. LOL. Don't shoot. I was holding it for a friend. I know we shouldn't laugh. I mean, but that's just a crazy situation. I mean, yeah.
And why will they not say anything about the suspects? Like, not a thing. Like, we've got a full narrative about it, but not even a name or like a hint at why there were two of them. Clearly there were two of them. They say one's dead and one's captured, and they're still investigating potential for more. So to me, that means, okay, I'm pretty sure I spotted 3 people there, and other people are saying there was 3. So
yeah,
it's just like, we're not going to tell you anything about this event at all other than the video. You get to use your brain to make everything else, fill in the blanks, but we'll give you no information about this person that we captured and the other one that's dead.
Hesher, they're monitoring Poly Market right now to see where to go with this narrative. See?
Great.
Yeah, 24-hour drone surveillance in the park incoming. Yeah, absolutely. We need more drone surveillance to keep everybody safe. Pam Bondi claimed DC attacker screamed Ali Akbar. There we go again. It's a typo. Ali Akbar, DC attacker. What, the pipe bomber?
No,
See,
no,
those-
the one that just happened.
The
Like
shooting of the National Guard.
Last week's
the National
Daily
Guard.
Shooter.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
They're getting hard to keep up with.
The CIA asset that shot.
that one.
Yeah, okay. Let's remind ourselves who he was. A CIA asset from Afghanistan. Yeah, I mean these mass shooting events are great distractions, of course. The wheels are coming off the neocon Pirates of the Caribbean project. It's the optics on this. I mean, you guys are in America. I mean, is anybody complaining about this Venezuela thing, or do people not care? There must be some people that are calling it out, right?
Like in our immediate vicinity, like IRL, you mean? I have not seen a whole lot of people that are upset about it.
TV, anything on the media? Like, it's like, is there anybody?
No. I mean, I'm having a hard time thinking of like people complaining about this. I mean,
Sure, there's a small handful of like circle of friends of the show and certain independent media that are doing and saying the right things. People that I admire and respect, such as like Ron Paul is out there, Daniel McAdams. They're all doing and saying the right thing. But I mean, it gets smaller and smaller because a lot of these people that we would expect to be upset about this, like we were just talking about this on Boiler Room, like a Megyn Kelly just a few years ago, or any of these people. Pick any of the people who've been bought pod snatched and they're got the pod version of him, like an RFK Jr. or, you know, hell, even Alex Jones back in the day would be like, what the hell are we doing? You know, but like nothing. Now it's just like, go America. Yes, this is awesome. And oh, by the way, did you see the Epstein photos? Like what? It's just distractions, garbage.
Hijack the ship.
Did you hear what Candace Owens said? Oh my God, Nick Fuentes this, Tucker Carlson that. Oh no. You know, it's ridiculous.
Alex is all guns blazing for regime change in Venezuela here. This is interesting. Oh, look, they're blaming Iran already, says this Mercantintos or whatever here. They're blaming Iran. Haven't seen any of that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Isn't the Bondi attack punishment for Australia recognizing Palestine? Very, very good observation. This is these types of events often have some political thing attached to them in terms, if they are indeed a Gladio event, it's a little bit of a warning, a little bit of punishment. But this is a factoid here. Apparently, one of the shooters served in the IDF Naveed Akram. If that's true, this is definitely a Gladio event.
Yeah.
This is run by Israel, this shooting. If that's true. Now, we have to follow that up. But that's to me a dead giveaway. This could be a daily shooter staged event gone bad. It's because if that was a legit bystander, that might have messed things up. I mean, that never happens. Does it ever happen at these things? Never. So I think maybe they're getting sloppy. You know, bring back Adam Lanza.
Fox News seems to know what happened while the rest of the media is trying to catch up. 9 hours ago, their headline was that Bondi Beach shooting was terrorism designed to target Sydney's Jewish community. No question, period. There it is. Yeah, that's all.
It's a boilerplate, bullet point
copy
comment.
And paste.
Yeah, Megan's got that one as well.
Oh yeah, I went through last night on Boiler Room. I probably exhausted everybody because I went through. I think it was Megyn Kelly, Liz Wheeler, Matt Walsh, a number of other people who were talking about the Tyler Robinson situation, and they all basically had the exact same bullet points. And the bullet points were: you're awful if you don't believe Erica Kirk is being honest. You're awful if you think that, you know, the FBI owes you information more than they've already given you. And you need to shut up and you need to sit down and quit being a conspiracy theorist. And you're going to ruin the midterm elections if you keep doing this. Like, it's insane the way how closely matching all these posts are from that group of people. You know, I didn't look at like the DC Dranos and the David Harrises and all these people, but I'm guessing they all have the exact same thing going up. So it's very concerning, and that it is so coordinated and concerted.
Yeah, I saw the news says Ahmadovich Nas. I saw the news. The shooter's name was searched online yesterday in Tel Aviv.
Every time now. What the hell?
Oof, that would be interesting. We can't confirm that, but that would be interesting. Now, this is interesting. Or maybe they want Australian Jewish population to move to Israel. Israel has used staged terror in Iraq to drive the Jewish population out of Iraq, Mizrahi Jews into Israel. That's documented. They did terror, false flag terror, to encourage Jews to move. This is historic fact. Very famous series of terrorist attacks, well documented. So that was probably, I think, a while back. It's probably in the 50s, 60s, and something like that. But there's plenty of documentation of that one, and that was common. That's how they, that's why many Iraqi Jews left, and many didn't want to leave Iran no matter what, because they're very happy there. And of course, that's a little bit of a sticking point. So that's an interesting angle, because they are hemorrhaging residents in Israel. There's people like queuing up at the embassies in Tel Aviv to try to get a second passport, get to Portugal, Spain, just to get out, basically. It's a nightmare. Nobody wants to be conscripted anyway to go fight in Gaza and die in Gaza. Anyway, that's where it's at, folks. Yeah, the propaganda budget it's deep pockets, absolute deep pockets. Yeah. So there we go, guys. Daily shooters, U.S. troops killed in Syria, piracy on the high seas, Pirates of the Caribbean. That was the theme of today's show. So I think we're going to leave it there. And yep, it's a very interesting week, no doubt. We'll see what happens before Christmas. I dread to think. Final thoughts, gentlemen. Hesher, Ruckus.
What a wild ride this week has been. I don't know what else to say. It's just like I'm sitting here just thinking about everything we've talked about today and looking at last night's notes from Boiler Room, and it's just like, wow. Can we enjoy the holiday now? Are these the capstone events of the year? Do we have them all in the can? Can we just chill for the next 2 weeks? I'm afraid probably not. I will be shocked if we get the next 2 weeks without a similar deluge of just chaos. So we're going to be here at Sunday Wire and Boiler Room for that to the end of the year, and you're going to bring us on into the new year and see what kind of cars explode in January of 2026 to kick us off. Hopefully it won't be anything, but just judging by the tea leaves of the news cycle in general, we should remain strapped in with blast shields down, because this roller coaster is not slowing down anytime soon. So thanks for having me. Be sure and check out Boiler Room. It was last night live. We'll get the show page up for it hopefully this evening, but it's out there on Rumble and X, on my X account at Hesher Media, and it's on our YouTube, the Alternate Current Radio YouTube. And we got a lot of great new episodes from our friends and colleagues up at Alternate Current Radio right now. Odd Man Out gets a lot of shout outs. The Mystical American Patriot Society boys get a lot of shout outs right now. There's a lot going on at the website. And of course, you'll find your Sunday wires, your midweek wires there as well. And yeah, Ruckus has it on screen there, so you can kind of see our newest episodes flicker there. And yeah, join us for Boiler Room next Friday and hang out with us. We'd love to see you there. Thanks, Patrick, for having me. What a crazy week.
Indeed. And just on the bottom of the confirmation on what I said before, the bombing of Iraq was 1950s. Jewish historian Avi Schleim documents it in his recent memoirs. Yes, that's correct. There we go. So you got that right. Ruckus, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, thanks for having me again. I encourage folks to check out our epic 4-hour-long boiler room from last night, because it was epic, and it was indeed 4 hours long, and it was a boiler room, and you can find that at alternatecurrentradio.com. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say, because I said a lot during those 4 hours. If you'd like to see some of more of what I do say, you can catch me once a week co-hosting Weaponized News with Sam Cheney. You can find links to that and replays of that available again at alternatecurrentradio.com, or check out Sam Cheney's website, weaponizednews.com. He's got some cool t-shirts. I promise you the listeners of this show will like some of the merchandise he's got. And I will share a new quote that I like involving some of these solutions that they always push forward on us after these events, which is usually technology related. This is a quote from Christian Luz Lange, who said, "Technology is a useful servant, but a dangerous master." And that's where my head's at these days. Patrick, thanks for having me again.
Thank you, Ruckus. Thank you, Hesher. Big up to you guys and everybody. ACR doing great work, and yeah, we're keeping on top of the biggest stories here domestically and internationally. We'll continue to do that, but we'll do so with your support. Hopefully, you can check out the winter fundraising drive. The banners are at 21stcenturywire.com, and I want to recognize some people who have come through for us in the last 2 weeks. I want to recognize a couple of names on the winter fundraising drive. Big up to Arthur V. Thank you very much. Massive big up to Neil R. Took out a lifetime membership. We really appreciate your support. And also Michael S. Again, another lifetime member. Amazing. And Philippa H. Thank you. Great donation. Same with Karen M. Another donation, one-time donation. Paul M. Another one-time donation. Senai N. Thank you very much. Very generous donation there. Cynthia H. Another donation there. And Q8. Anonymous donor there, Q8. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for your support. Guys, you guys are amazing. And again, that banner will take you to our winter fundraising page. Slightly updated from this. We'll have to update that screen grab right there. But there's different options that you can support us. Of course, if you subscribe and become a member at 21wire.tv, you'll be helping us. Plus, you'll be helping us build out the next phase of our platform in terms of content. So, and yeah, that's one way you can support us every month. You can take out a monthly around $5, or you can do a yearly or a lifetime membership, as they have done this week. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. We really appreciate it. We will make it go far, as we normally do, and there's a lot more to come at 21st Century Wire this week. And future episodes of the Midweek Wire, Sunday Wire as well. It's going to be a busy week coming up, because everyone wants to jam everything into the week before Christmas. So I will be incredibly busy, but we will have regularly scheduled programming and content daily on our website, and some big stories this week. We'll get great coverage, as we normally do. So again, thank you very much for joining us on the Sunday Wire, and thank you to Hesher, to Ruckus, the team at ACR, everybody in the chat rooms, everybody in the comment sections as well. You guys have been unbelievable. Well over 1,000 comments on the aggregate coming through during this live broadcast. So thanks, you guys. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm Patrick Henningsen, your host. We'll see you when we see you, hopefully during the midweek. Take care, everybody. All the best.
Are the When you're tired of being just a commodity, you are the revolution. And when gaslit into another war, stand strong because you are the revolution.
You are the revolution. You are the revolution. You are the revolution. You are the revolution
that you've been waiting for.
You are the revolution. You are the revolution. You are the revolution.
They conspire against you, accuse you of terrorism, to steal your sovereignty. Hold fast, watch it collapse. Know that we still have the power. You are the revolution. They want to centralize, monopolize, control your thoughts. Breathe, go deep, go outside, put seeds in the ground. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are the revolution that you've been waiting for. You are the revolution that you've been waiting for. Alone. You are the revolution that you've been waiting for.
You are the revolution.
You are not alone. That you've been waiting for.
Oh, hi. Is this the train to the revolution?
Why, yes, my lady. And you're right on time.